Hello, my darlings. I'm just going to go ahead and head over to Facebook so that I can throw this into the Wilderhood as a watch party. Hopefully I can figure out how to do that. I just switched to the new interface. So where do I find my pages? Pages. This may not have been the most brilliant idea I've ever had to switch this right before I do a live. Oh, see your profile. Where? I just cannot find my pages. Is it over here somewhere? Pages. Facebook. See more pages. Pages. There we go. Found them. I'm over here. All right, I'm going to set this up as a watch party. Share to a group. Hopefully this works. Although I don't know if it just shares the... How do I do a watch party? I want to do a watch party. Arg. Very frustrating. So I just made the mistake of changing my interface. I'm just going to go ahead and go back to Classic like right now so that I can switch to Classic so that I can see what the hell I'm doing. Can't find things. There we go. I'm just not going to bother filling that out. Just switch me back to Classic, please. Thanks. Apparently I can switch to the new one anytime as well. So I couldn't find the watch party button, which is really super annoying. That's annoying. There we go. Start. Share to a group. This is going to Wilderhood. All right. So if you guys want to participate in the chat, I really recommend that you join the Wilderhood. Anyone anytime as well. So I couldn't find. There we go. I figured it out. All right. I should probably also pull up YouTube. All right, I'm going to pull that tab out that way. Enable chat. Destinations. I'm going to pull that out over here. Guys, I will get used to this in no time. New Streamline Live control room is a new way to go live. Stream now and event with the new improved features. Enable chat. When you're finished, return to YouTube Studio. Just figuring it out, guys. I will eventually get this all figured out. What's this? Is that an ad? Oh, no, I don't want to watch that video. Come on, man. Welcome back, Effie. There's 3 of you in here. Oh, I think I have to go to where the video is. So I'm over on YouTube right now just trying to figure shit out, guys. Stream options. Where is the video itself? View on watch page. There we go. I will get this all figured out so that I'm not like freaking out about where to find what. This is brand new. I just started with this today. So I'm just figuring it out. And apparently I have an unstable connection. which is annoying. I think everybody's on the internet. There's like a live stream right now too from the Gov. Hi, Allie, I love you. Allie LaFontaine is my spirit child, just so y'all know. I am her spirit mama. My lovely friend Danny and I share her. I love her. Love, love, love. All right, I think I'm okay here. All right. All right, so when last we typed, I had this much. You can see the shimmer. Already looking like a galaxy. I've also, Gigi and I have switched from the, I'm on the 5G and he's on the 2 point whatever G for now. We're going to see if that works for him. And if he's taking phone calls, it should be fine. But if he has to switch to video, that could be an issue. So I said, let's come back at 1:30. It is officially 1 o'clock. Let's do this and make the adjustments we need to make so that you can actually see what the what. There we go. All right, guys, so you are joining me for part 2. This was just meant to be a test of the new software system that I'm using to stream to multiple platforms. We have figured it out. It all works beautifully. I am so excited. There are a few limitations, but we can work with that. That's totally fine. What we are finding is that people are panicking and they're on the internet a lot more than usual, and that is making streaming a little bit difficult, but we are going to muddle through. So I've got this galaxy started. I'm going to start building up layers on top of the dry watercolor very gently so as not to disturb what's already happened. You can layer with watercolors. That is a thing. I'm just layering it up. Anywhere where I want just a little bit more oomph. Oomph is a technical term. Mixing some of those colors together. I have to decide what color I want to do the background. I'm really kind of like loving teal right now after a long hiatus from teal. But I'm not sure how that will go with a galaxy background. So, I don't know. Like, I'm kind of tempted to do black, but then this might be really dark. And I'm not sure if I would like this really dark. So right now I'm just like beefing things up. Also a technical term. Here we go. Just like increasing the value of these colors. They do tend to go quite light after you have let them dry. So I'm dipping into my metallics now. I'm going to need to get a new one of these. And I'm letting the metallics just kind of swim in the wet paint and do their thing. Trying to build that up a little bit. Rather liking it. I think I'm going to allow that to dry. And while that's drying, shall I block in? What do you guys think? Teal? Because this is going to be galaxy hair. And then maybe the background can be like just a super bright, happy day. The nice thing about teal, especially this teal, which is a golden version of the color, is that it's very opaque, actually, really unusual for golden. Most of their colors are very transparent, but this is a very opaque color. So this is a dry application of the paint. I'm just dipping straight into the paint with a dry brush to get a nice opaque layer. And I'm using the edge of my square to come in along the curves. And that's something that takes a little bit of practice. I'm losing some of my nice stabilo smudgy. Unfortunately not, my darling. Jeannie, unfortunately not. Unfortunately, this is a very limited capacity. It's not like a great studio. So even though, you know, I'm paying $900 a year for it, it still could stand to be better. I would love the opportunity to just flip the camera, but there's no software for this camera because I'm using it on a Mac. And I don't know. I'll do some research, loves, and I'll get Gigi to help me because he knows about this kind of thing a little bit. So I'm just going to block in with the teal while my watercolor galaxy is drying. I know it's kind of awkward to watch me paint in this orientation. You guys are all used to the video being flipped. I'm really sorry about that. We'll figure it out at some point. Something was delivered. Yay. James? Yeah. There's hazelnut coffee mate and a tripod outside. Okay. I'm actually starting to have difficulty getting things like fresh creams, so I'm stocking up on essentials. Yeah, for sure. I will. I will photograph it and post it when it's finished. Okay, I need more paint now. There we go. I needed to buy a new tripod because I ripped my camera arm right out of the wall. So that lovely camera arm that I had installed is now presently useless until I get a stud finder. Yeah, that works for me, April. So I'm not really watching the chat on my Facebook page, which is where this is actually being shared from. So the only way to get this up in the Wilderhood is to share it to my page and then create a watch party. So if you're over in on Facebook on my page instead of in the Wilderhood group, I am not seeing your comments because I can only keep track of so much. So I am not watching for comments on my page. I am only watching for comments in the Wilderhood during the watch party. I will come and answer your questions, though, if there are any, after, as time permits, depending on how many there are. This is making me ridiculously happy. So just go in around your curves with a very square edge of your brush. Make sure the brush is loaded. If the brush is not properly loaded, then it will skip, right? It won't have a nice fluid sort of application, and you'll run into trouble with coverage. Well, we'll see how it looks, Allie, after I've got the galaxy going on. Maybe I'll want to darken it. In which case, what I might do is do some kind of background detail maybe in silver, and then go over it with Payne's Gray, which would be much darker than your blue. Your blue is kind of this, just a little mixed with maybe a little bit of turquoise. Ali is referring to her hair, for those of you that are wondering what the hell we're talking about. There's actually quite a bit of paint there, so I'm just going to smoop. Technical term, smoop. My house smells amazing right now. I'm heating up the red curry fish stew that I made for dinner last night. I call it fridge soup, where you just look in the fridge and you go, all right, what have I got? And I had a recipe from Good Food, which is my grocery delivery service, that I didn't particularly like. It included like a raw kale salad, and I'm not really doing raw right now. So I turned it into, it was like a spiced cod with a kale salad. So I turned it into red curry because I have the technology. All right, so yeah, that's really good. I think what I'm going to do though is put some of this in her eye. Might as well, right? Have her eye match the background. That could be pretty. So I'm using up the leftover paint on my palette. And I'll just go in, oops, without dipping my arm. And I'll just do that. Hey, Gigi. Yeah. Can you check the stew, please? Yeah. The stew is happily bubbling away, so just want to make sure that it doesn't burn. All right. All right, let me take a breath. Oh, my darling. Judith, I started teaching online in 2011 was when I officially started. I thought it was 2010, but I was wrong. So it's been 9 years. 9 years. So let's start working on this galaxy now that I've got this background in. Before I do that, though, I'm just going to add this black to her garment because I'm doing such a dark hair with the galaxy painting. We're going to match up her garment to her hair. So what you'll notice me doing here is whatever I use in one area, I'm popping it in somewhere else. This creates a sense of cohesion. It just makes things feel like they all belong together. I also want you to take note of the fact that I still haven't applied any workable fixative to the Stabilo All pencil. I've learned to be really brave with the Stabilo All, and I just throw it in there. And don't worry about it. Like whatever happens, happens. If I get to a point where I'm like, all right, that's way too much smearing, then I might. But for the most part, I just don't worry about it. I just want you loves to know I am getting an unstable connection message from Vimeo. So I'm going to do my best. Our first stream, we lost video, but not audio. So I just hung out for a while and described what I was doing. So it was like I was painting the hair and I just said, all right, now I'm doing this, now I'm doing that. And then we took a break for an hour to see if the internet would calm down. The internet has not calmed down. Pretty sure my internet provider is a little bit overwhelmed with everyone trying to get updates on things right now. Stock market is crashing and the government, Trudeau, I think, is live streaming right now. So I'm pretty sure the entire world and their dog is watching live video. Love that. Love that. This is really working for me. All right, so now I'm going to do a galaxy. So what I'm going to do is get a larger brush, and I'm going to use a nice round brush, nice soft round brush. And I'm going to just sort of like get it in there in a way that kind of cuts the galaxy part off into sections. And I want it to be quite wet. Some of that is going to activate the watercolor underneath, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. So just to keep myself sort of focused on what it is I'm trying to achieve here, I'm just going to almost like Zentangle line this thing because I just want to break it up into sections, have it be nice and soft, maybe some areas of darkness. Just like this, not stressing. And then I'm going to go around my curves. Hi, Mika. I sure do hope that's the way you pronounce your name because I really like saying it that way. So just doing that. Is there a painting under there? No, thank goodness. All right. And then I'm just going to do this a little bit. Just going to wet my finger. Just do a little bit of this, just like that. You want to get in there rather quickly. This is acrylics paint. So it will dry very quickly, especially since it's the fluids. So you want to get in there. So do a few and then smoosh. And do a few more and then smoosh. You could also do this with Sumi ink, which I have now as a gift from our lovely Sarah. You can see how that smooshing just lets you kind of soften it a little bit. Soften the edges. Make it smooshy. We like to smoosh. There is no tool like your fingertip for stuff like this. Like it's just, if you're wanting something organic, a nice organic gradient, get in there with your fingers. Make it happen. You can do it. One of the things with this kind of galaxy is that you really want the black to be quite a rich black. So you can use Sumo ink or Sumi ink, sorry, not Sumo. Sumo is a whole nother thing. I'd watch Sumo right now. You can use Sumi ink. It won't be as dark as this. And also because of the way that I'm smooshing this with my finger, it's also not as dark as it could be. It's actually mixing in with the mica in some of our metallic watercolors. So this will require a little bit of work. So you're going to do your smooshing, and then you're going to come back in with quite a wet application of paint and layer it up. As it's drying, just layer it up. That way you'll get the maximum impact from this black as you go. So layer it up and layer it up. So it's not one of those things you do when you have 5 seconds, right? You want to do something like this when you've got a nice window of time where you can just play in a kind of like a lovely mindless way. I wish I had a cabana boy to get me some coffee, play me some music. Copyright free though, so they don't kick me off the internets. So just like that. Are you guys getting it? How you doing? How's everyone doing? Hello, Bill Zeddy. We have one person over on YouTube right now. That's so adorable. Aw, Jeannie. Seriously? Comparing me to Bob Ross is like a little, you know, you're going to make me cry the ugly cry. And nobody wants to see that. A little bit of smooshing. Don't get stressed, right? Whatever happens, we can fix it. It's mixed media. It's so forgiving. Just so you know, Bill, we're not actually. It's not a lot of people over on YouTube because I'm not a YouTuber. We're actually all gathered in a watch party over on Facebook. You are welcome to stay right where you are, my love. I'm just going to keep this window open so I can see whatever you have to say as I go. So don't feel like you have to rush over. But you're missing, you know, a ton of comments. Tons of comments. Tons of people are hanging out in the Wilderhood today. Sandra, it's on purpose. I'm purposefully moderating my voice. Going a little bit musical today. Giving us all a little bit of peace and quiet and calm. Anyone that knows me in person knows that I'm one of the loudest people in existence. I have a laugh that seems to come straight from the bottom of my feet. But today I'm taking a page out of Tam Laporte's desire to just have us all be nice and calm. Here's a little known fact about Effie Wild. My first husband, who has since passed away, was a hypnotist and the magician. He did comedy and he did hypnosis. He also did close-up magic. So like cards and coins. But I used to be his ta-da girl. So you know that, first of all, I ran the music. So I did the music that we used to do the induction. And then at his magic shows, I was his ta-da girl. So I would just like dress up real pretty and do the misdirection where needed. He actually proposed to me during a show, which was really fun and romantic. You guys have seen this done a few times now. There's lots of us doing this. It's just a really lovely meditative way to paint. It's kind of like the mindful watercolors that our beautiful Rachel Kentish is teaching, or what I like to call my watercolor meditations. I started doing watercolor meditations after I took Create a Revolution with Flora Bowley. Did we freeze again? Damn it. Yep. I'm going to need to find a way to get hardwired in. This is working now. Come on.